Well, Seattle's just taking first place in the NFC West. San Francisco's getting knocked down to the 5th seed. Good on them. The Seahawks played a great game. Russell Wilson played a great game. And it was a great win at home against the Vikings. This video is not about that. This is about the Minnesota Vikings. Your team's not doing a single thing in the playoffs. This team cannot win big games. Kirk Cousins cannot win the big game. And I'll tell you this right now. Kirk Cousins, his defense was absolutely terrible. I mean, they just gave up every possible thing. They really did not play well. Specifically, Xavier Rhodes. I mean, every single time Russell Wilson targeted Xavier Rhodes, a catch was made on him, and a touchdown was given up on him. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Xavier Rhodes, but this guy's just playing like trash. He did have a forced fumble here, but that doesn't save him for the horrible night he's had. He can't cover anybody. What's happened to this dude? Good Lord. But even with that, with all the defense just being terrible and giving up big plays and touchdowns, with all of that, at the end of the day, they made a key stop and gave the ball back to Kirk Cousins in the offense with 4 minutes left to go. Inside their own 11, they had to march 89 yards down the field. And I looked at this moment and I said, this is what I'm waiting for. This is the moment I need to see from Kirk Cousins. I need to see him prove to everybody that he can win the big game. He can make the big plays. He needed to go down the field and score a touchdown. He failed to do so. 4th and 3, within his own 45-yard line, he had to make that play. That play, he needed to show everybody he can make the clutch plays and make big plays on the biggest stage. He could not do it. Once again, 0-8 on Monday Night Football for Kirk Cousins. He can't win big games. They're not going to win their division. They're going to have to go on the road. And I'm not putting my money on this Vikings team with Kirk Cousins as a quarterback, that they'd be able to go on the road to to New Orleans, to Green Bay, to San Francisco, or Seattle, as we just seen. I have no faith in these guys going on the road in the playoffs and winning. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. And they're probably going to end up as a wild card team. If they got to go to Green Bay, I see that as a loss. If they got to go to New Orleans, that's a wrap, bruh. If they got to go back to Seattle or possibly San Francisco, I don't see them winning. This team cannot win big games. Kirk Cousins cannot win big games. It's a shame. It's a shame. I really tried to give him an opportunity. I was fair with him today. But he failed to come up short again. And again, I'm not going to blame this game on him because his defense gave him no help. They gave up 37 points. You're not going to win many games if your defense is giving up 37 points. They were terrible. And, not to mention, Stephon Diggs, I don't know what's wrong with him. Diggs kept dropping passes. Kirk Cousins wasn't in the best of position because his receivers were dropping passes. His defense was giving up all these points. But at the end of the day, the game was on the line. You were down 4. You had the ball. Kirk Cousins had to go out there and make that play. He had to lead them down the field and score a touchdown to take this lead and possibly win the game. He couldn't do it. I don't know what to tell you. Kirk Cousins he just can't win big games. This team as a whole, the Minnesota Vikings as a whole, they just can't win big games. And until they prove that to us, I don't see them going far in the playoffs. They're going to go in there. It's going to be one and done. They may go to Green Bay, they may go to New Orleans, they may go to either San Francisco or Seattle again, and I just don't see them winning those games. They're not that team. They're a great team. They are definitely a great team, but they don't scare anyone, especially in the postseason, because they've shown us time and time again they can't win the big game. So, best of luck to the Vikings in the playoffs. Clearly, you show us that you're not on the same level as like a Seattle or New Orleans or San Francisco. You're just not going to go on the road and beat those guys. So, don't know where your season's going. That's all I got. That was a disappointment. Kirk Cousins, 0-8 on Monday Night Football. Good Lord.